Welcome back for another episode of the Commissioners Report, a CGI Madden League podcast. You are tuned in with the commissioners of the CGI Madden League. We're a man down tonight, but it's all good. We hold it down regardless. Shout out to our man Solution. He'll be back with us next episode. But we had to get something out for the people before our draft, which is coming up tomorrow night. We're recording this here on a Monday night. But like I said, welcome to the Commissioners Report CGI Madden League podcast. We are the commissioners of the CGI Madden League, a Madden League on PlayStation 4 for Madden 21. I am the head commissioner, _game836. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitch. You can follow me on YouTube, Instagram, whatever you want to follow me on. I'm on there, except for Facebook. Don't look me up on Facebook, because nobody uses that anymore. But yeah, at _game836 on all those platforms. To my right in this here Zoom chat, I am joined by the enforcer himself, Red Boy Lightning. What's going on, yo?
What's going on, fellas? Glad to be back on another Commissioner's Report podcast as we give you pre-draft episode.
We finally got you. We finally got you broadcasting from inside your house this time.
Yeah, man. I didn't like the way it sounded on the other podcast, man. It was I was a little shaky. I had to move into the office.
It's all good. We a trial and error within this age of social distancing. We don't have our old studio situation anymore, so it's all good. We make it work, Kyle. And then to my in the bottom box on this here Zoom chat is one of our other co-commissioners, Wakanda, the Mad 88 Titan, Thanos himself. What's
on, up, fellas? Ain't nothing, man. How y'all doing, man?
Man, you were all shocked and flabbergasted when I told you there was a football game on at 4:00 today.
Yeah, man. I wasn't prepared for that. But I got to catch the tail end. And Josh Allen is winning me my fantasy game. And I had Clyde, so I'm good. But the big game tonight.
He was in on the Chiefs.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But the big game is tonight. I'll focus on tonight.
Yeah, Cowboys, Cardinals, Monday Night Football, right?
Yep. Oh, my, yes.
And I hope we can find a way to play some defense tonight, man. I really do.
Yeah.
They say Kyler Murray, this stadium is like where he gets busy. He gets busy in just the work.
He is definitely lit up many teams in that stadium while he was playing for Oklahoma. So
yes, he has. So
and I believe in high school too.
Oh,
yep. Yeah, we have nobody that can cover DeAndre Hopkins.
God bless y'all's defense.
Yeah. I'm not looking. I'm really just watching this game to see how Andy Dalton's going to do. I want to see if he plays well enough where we could possibly try to win the division in the worst division in the history of sports.
Well, I mean, I think it's a good situation for him. Andy Dalton has been a starter in this league for a good long time.
Yes, he has.
On various, good and bad Bengals teams. So I think y'all got a good situation for a backup quarterback to come in and work with all that talent that y'all have.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. We're going to see. We're going to see.
Good GM at work.
There you go. So we always start this thing off with our State of Madden 21 topic of the week. We'll keep this one kind of brief because luckily we weren't affected by this one directly, at least not with our league.
Thank God.
Yeah, knock on wood here.
That would have crushed.
Man. But so there was a patch that was released last Thursday. It's basically been a weekly occurrence now where EA is releasing patches every Thursday to address things little by little. Instead of doing one big patch where they address everything that is a problem, they just do little by little patches. The just specifics, yeah.
Let us know how trash the game is, though.
Exactly. Yeah, releasing an incomplete product and just fixing it along the way is okay to do in the year 2020. So the specifics of the patch was supposed to fix various little gameplay things. Most of it is stuff that was mostly irrelevant to us. A lot of it had to do with MUT related stuff and tournament related stuff. There was some minor gameplay stuff that people might have noticed, I think they said that they tuned pass rush, but Nick Bosa hasn't gotten a sack since they done that, so I can't confirm that. But at the tail end of that, luckily this again didn't happen to our league directly, but some other various leagues around the interwebs, guys were logging into their leagues and finding out that their league is not loading up and that it's the file for their league is corrupted. So EA released a statement and said, this was on October 16th when they released a statement. What was that, last Friday? They said the team is aware and investigating an issue where some users are not able to access their cloud franchises. We will provide any updates as we get them to this thread. That was, again, last Friday. This is Monday. There have been no updates since.
You know what they said? Oh, well, F it. We got your bread. Just going to have to start over.
Basically.
That's what they did. Yeah. I was in a league that was affected by it. I think we were on week, I want to say either 11 or 12. So we were getting ready to head into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Thing was good. In that particular league, I am the no names. And
what?
You snuck that in there. That was real subtle. That was real smooth.
You're telling me, as a fan of the Dallas, America's team Cowboys, you chose the Washington football team as your team of choice?
Well, I chose a team that has a young quarterback, a future stud wide receiver in Terry and Steven Sims. They were just going to be a fun build. They're going to be a fun build. Their D-line is set.
Interesting.
Their whole defense is set. Their defense is young. Troy at free safety, man. You know what I mean? So it was a good pick. It was a great pickup actually. And we started over and we're just getting this situated. Today people left the league. People weren't signing back up and paying attention to the league. So, you know, the commissioner, who's a dope commissioner, by the way, he's real cool. He gave people till a certain time to, you know, get back on board. Mm-hmm. People weren't coming back right away. So people lost their teams and stuff like that. One guy had the Cowboys. He's a commissioner and he wasn't paying attention to the updates, even though he's a commissioner.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
You're not paying attention to your own league that you're a commissioner of. But in that league in particular, Mike, he's a dope commissioner. He's the Bears in G6. I think a lot of those guys became commissioners just to get picks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't become commissioners to genuinely help Mike and another individual really run the league. You understand what I'm saying? But they always come. But the guy who was the Cowboys, he was complaining and stuff like that. And it's just like, bro, you complained about the league being started over, and then we made a suggestion to start over. We start over, and you're not there, and you're a commissioner. Get out of here, bro.
You kind of making me want to flip this topic into something else real quick here. But let's finish real quick on two things. So one, Troy Apke, he's just a good Madden safety. He sucks in real life. Two.
yeah. Tell me about it. Never mind.
Y'all will find out next week when y'all throw over the top of his head. Two, as far as like leagues being affected by this unfortunate bug. For one, I can't imagine if we were going through this, everybody in our league for one would freak out. But two, I think that would be the end of it for a lot of people. Because
I don't think so. CGI. I don't think G6 maybe.
Yeah.
But CGI, no. We're too dedicated. We have 30 solid members. Bama's would have been blown for a day or two. They probably would have been blown for like I say a day or two, maybe a week. But we would have got back rocking again in no time. I promise you.
I totally agree 100%. I mean, the thing that makes us a great league not only is, you know, you as our leader and us as a whole as a board, but our core double OG users. I mean, you think about it, man. We've had the same 25 guys in here for at least 4 years.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. It is true. I don't know. I just feel like motivation wise, it's like a gut punch. Yeah. if like all the work that you put into it. Now, luckily, I mean, we're in season 1, so sure, there is a chance where it's not going to hurt that much because we haven't gotten that deep into building our teams. We're about to, at the point where we're at. We're in the off season now. We're about to get to that point where it's going to get heavy. But I hear you though. With it being in the first season, there's definitely a better possibility than not that we would have probably restarted and successfully had everybody come back. Even so, I mean, I'm confident we could have filled spots that wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely confident we would have filled spots if anybody, very surprisingly didn't want to come back. But also, too, you got to think about the timeline that it was going to. Say it happened not last week, but like a month from then. I think we'd have been in season 2, maybe at the end of season 2, going into season 3, maybe. And guys would have probably just waited for the next gen. Okay, let's wait for next gen, and
that's a possibility too. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And start it off like that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean,
I can't imagine, man. I can't imagine building a team and really getting attached to players. Somebody you just maybe won a whole bunch of awards with, or you got multiple upgrade scenarios in that season, and you took a 78 player to a 91 overall.
Yeah. When I tell y'all, I think Montez Sweat was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. He had, I think, 3 defensive touchdowns, 4 or 5 forced fumbles, 5 picks.
Oh my God!
Double-digit sacks. He was just. I'm telling you, listen. I wish this shit would translate in CGI with the Cardinals. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? But I don't have the linebacker like Montez Sweat. Like that Bama is a problem. But what Mike did do in the league, he was like, you get one superstar upgrade on either side of the ball, whichever one you choose or whatever. So I just added that to Montez Sweat. So it was just like, you know what I mean? But
yeah, as a commissioner, finding ways to give people incentives to kind of want to come back, and especially for that particular situation of having to restart. Man, that is I know it's just a video game, but in a way it's pretty devastating. I'm in like a commish chat. I'm in a commish chat group where we're doing basically we're acting as a focus group for some upcoming project that I can't really put on to a podcast. Okay. I can't put on the wax, but y'all know of it. We already talked about it on the side, but I can't put on wax though. But in this commish chat group, there's 2 guys in that group that are commissioners of leagues, and their league has been corrupted. And one guy basically has said, yeah, this is it. I mean, if EA doesn't come up with a solution in the next, week or so, I'm checking out. I'm done. Like, this is the last straw for me. The other guy is doing a restart. I think he actually said that his restart is starting today or tomorrow. So, it's affecting people in a lot of different ways. I just, like I said, we're lucky. I can't imagine if we had to go through it. If we did, I'm sure we could bounce back, but I also think there's a chance that there would be 1 or 2, if not a few, people who this would have been kind of like a gut punch to, and they would have just been like, nah.
Yeah. In CGI, I don't think so, but other leagues, I think so. And what you saw, I saw it in New Jack. People left and things of that nature. But CGI, I just don't think so. We're too tight knit of a group. Where we talk about everything in that chat that doesn't even involve Madden.
Yes, we do.
It's like our chat is jumping even when Madden season is over. Like we're still talking in our chat. So I think people would have been blown, but they still would have held on because it's nothing like CGI. We say that all the time, but when you just see how other leagues are ran and things of that nature, like it's nothing like CGI. It's nothing like us, and and our league is competitive, top to bottom.
Yeah, so you brought up that the commissioners, people joining as commissioners for the wrong reasons. I think that's interesting that and I haven't been in a lot of other leagues since we started CGI. Basically, since we started CGI, it's just either been it's been CGI, a CGI affiliate league, or Slam and G6. I haven't. Other than that, I haven't been in very many other leagues. I think I've tried one other here and there, but in my previous experience before CGI, before starting CGI, even seeing then and hearing the stories from other people in our league now of how a lot of times the head commissioner literally has to do everything because his co-commissioners just don't give a fuck. They were just in it to, whether it was to get, dibs on the first couple of teams, or whether it was to get, perks or whatever it is. It's crazy that people sign up to commit to be a commissioner and then don't offer assistance and don't help.
They do it strictly for team selection. They do it strictly for team selection.
That's the number one motivating factor. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they do it for team selection. But it's frustrating because it's one of those things where it's like, when you look at how all four of us move and things of that nature, we're a team. We communicate with each other. We're in our commish chat all the time. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not like we texting each other every single day. You know what I'm saying? We in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And it's easier for you as a head commish to not have to have all of that on your plate. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's tough. It's tough. And the other league, me and Smoot, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, not to cut you off. Go ahead.
My fault. Me and Smoot, we just was talking about that. And I when I was texting him, he was like, and Smoot said it. Now it's bad when Smoot go, I don't like none of them other commissioners. They trash. He'll never say that. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But that's how bad it is, because them dudes literally.
You're talking about in New Jack, right?
In New Jack, yeah. Right, in New Jack, they don't help Mike at all, bro. And it's just like, dog. Like, Mike is I don't know if he's a dad or whatever, but you could tell he be on the move a lot. You know, to have to constantly come back. It's him and another guy that do a phenomenal job, but the other three, they trash. It's 5 commissioners and only 2 do something.
What?
One of the commissioners left because he couldn't get his team because he wasn't paying attention in the chat. The other 2, I've never even known them to type anything in the chat, do any rules, nothing, bruh, nothing. It's just like, y'all a waste, But that's why I love us, because we move as a unit. Like, I got three trades in the inbox right now where it's like, you don't have to worry about that. You could worry about other shit. Chris, you don't have to worry about that. Solution don't have to worry about that. And sometimes they don't come to me. They go to you, or they go to Chris, or they go to Solution. They can come to 4 motherfuckers who's actually going to do something.
Correction, they cannot come to me for trades.
My bad. But they can come to 3 people that can handle it and get it done. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard. All it takes is a little bit of, push, leg work, communication, and it's done. And most of those people who be picking in that league too, man, this is my last thing and I'm done. There's some shit with them teams anyway.
It's funny, man. It's really funny. In a lot of these other leagues, man, the co-commissioners don't do shit. They don't advance the league. They don't handle trades. They don't enforce rules. They don't recruit users. I mean, everything is on one mind. Couldn't imagine, bro. Couldn't imagine. Like, even in Gridiron, being the head commissioner Gridiron, give you a prime example. Trev helped me out a lot. Trev helps out a lot. The whole team, you know what I'm saying, takes trades, submit trades, apply upgrades. Kid, the other night, boxing. I was out watching boxing. Then I went to go be a freako. And Kid was able to advance the league. You know what I'm saying? Perfect, you know what I'm saying? Teamwork. As far as the main commission board, like, you made a great example. Game don't have to touch trades. Dame does not get any trades submitted to him, none whatsoever. We take care of that. And then a lot of the times we the primary voters on that. And the power rankings. Who did the power rankings? Game didn't do the power rankings. Solution didn't do the power rankings. I didn't do the power rankings. Wakanda did. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know about this behind the scenes, but who inputs all of the stuff in the trade log? I do. Solution don't do it. Wakanda don't got to do it. Game don't got to do it. I mean, I recruit. Guys come up with. I mean,
Everybody's
we
got
just a
their
unit.
role. Yeah.
A unit.
And it's not even like I said, hey, you do this, you do that, you do that. Blah, blah. Everybody picks and chooses their own role and steps in when they know, when they know something needs to get done.
Yeah.
Because yeah, exactly. Because of the reunion. So yeah. I would feel bad for any other head commish that has to go through that kind of crap that your boy Mike is going through. That sucks.
And it's crazy because Mike cool as shit too. Like, ask if you ever talk to Sam, like Bears and G6, he's cool as shit, bro. He's super cool, real chill. And he came and took over the league. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was another guy who was on a power trip. His name Yin.
Oh my
but
God.
Mike
He ain't talking about shit. I hate that dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know.
Oh Lord.
He ended the league, man. The dude booted me from the league. I was the one seed.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah. Asking when are we gonna advance? And I got booted for asking when we was gonna advance. I'm like, dog,
that's
we're gonna
trash.
talk about a power trip. Like, bro, I can't even ask when we gonna advance.
But the thing with him is, you can't say nothing to him. Like, you can't, like, he can say something to you, and if you say something back, he'll boot you. Like, what? So Mike came in and took over, and the league ran smoothly. And Mike, what I like about him, he enforced it. Like, listen, yo, I gave y'all till noon to pick y'all teams or let me know something. You know what I mean? If you don't do it, you out. You know what I'm saying? And people got mad, but I respect, you got to do it like that so people can know you're not playing. Like, listen, man, we got to restart. We got to hurry up and get this shit on board, because if we let it lag, people are going to start falling off. But
man, that's crazy. Thank you for bringing that up, though, because it definitely was, like I said, it was a side topic that we could dive into for that. So, I don't know. Like I said, for one, we're fortunate that we didn't have to deal with our league being locked up, and for two, I'm fortunate to have a good set of co-commissioners like you guys. So, always appreciate y'all help. Bro. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you too, bro.
Oh,
indeed.
Thanks, guys. I'm blushing now. So, so that's our State of Madden 21 topic of the week. Again, those leagues that have suffered from this problem, we hope EA does come out with a fix soon. Hopefully that fix doesn't break more shit, because that seems to be a common theme with EA, is release a patch to fix one thing, break 3 other things.
Right.
Man, F EA.
Oh, man. Yeah, for real though. By the way, so Monday Night Football is starting. Kyler Murray is 6-0 as a starter at AT&T Stadium. He is looking to make it 7-0 tonight. So we'll see how y'all handle
3 straight titles. He won 3 straight titles and won the Big 12 championship in 2018 at this joint.
Is there a story as to why the Cowboys wear white at home? Is there like a superstition or something like that?
Well, if it's a superstition, they be getting their head busted. They need to change the color.
I have no idea. We the only team that does that, I think.
Yeah, well, at least regularly. Like, I mean, teams will wear their white at home when it's hot outside or something like that. But y'all literally wear your white at home pretty much every home game. Y'all I may see y'all wear blue at home once a season, and if it's not the blue, it's that Thanksgiving alternate jersey or whatever y'all wear. Yeah.
I'm a fan of the blue ones. I wish we wore the
blue jerseys are y'all best jerseys.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish we wore more.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know, but there's got to be a story for that. We'll do our research and find out. There's got to be some kind of like something happened in 1970 and now y'all only wear white since or something.
Bart Starr saw something.
Yeah, it's got to be something. But all right, so let's see, the last time we did our episode, we did our mid-season recap of season 1 so far. We were at I want to say we were like week 10 or week 11 last time we did the podcast. Yeah. Now we are in the off season. We played our bowl. We've played through the playoffs. We played our CGI bowl. We got a CGI bowl winner. Oh shoot! Actually, we need to bring him on the podcast next time. I
No
totally
worries.
forgot about that.
No worries. No worries.
Oh my god! I totally forgot about that. Oh no!
Sorry, dog.
To our CGI Bowl winner Don Cool, we will bring you on the next episode of the podcast. but yeah, so we're heading into we are in the off season now. We just started free agency today. We're advancing to our next period of free agency tomorrow. But yeah, let's just jump into how season 1 finished. So at the end of season 1 here, just gonna pull up the standings real quick. Somehow, some way, BK went 0-16. BK is our Giants owner, our longtime Giants owner, and somehow he went 0-16.
Well,
I don't know. I don't have any answers for that. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. There's no way the Giants are not the worst team in the game.
BK is a solid player. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, dog. I got no explanation. Just like you, I'm speechless, bro. I don't like you couldn't win one game. Like this is no disrespect, BK. No disrespect at all. Cause you're a solid user. We done played umpteen games. You know what I'm saying? We probably like 500 in the series. But I don't know how.
Oh boy, you're gonna get called out for that one,
brother.
People always try to say it, man. It'd be a dog fight when we play.
Maybe BK just he know, because in Gridiron I'm 2-4 with him. I mean they Daniel Jones is tough he don't make all the throws.
I mean, rookie quarterbacks in general are tough to throw with. It seems like, well, not that Daniel Jones is a rookie, but young quarterbacks in general are tough to throw with. Where it just seems like pass leading with them is in a way it's like they purposely broke it so that
Daniel Jones makes bad throws. So and BK, we all know God. When we play the Giants coming in, you guard Saquon. So I feel like BK gonna build him up right though. I don't quite understand his free agents. The free agents he trying to pick up. He giving out bags as he always does.
Well, he always does. So yeah, but I mean, he's got bag to give out though. He had plenty of cap space. So I mean, and now he's got
$1 million.
He did make a trade today. I don't know if we can announce it yet, but
okay,
he did make a trade today. But I mean, draft pick wise, he's got the number 1 overall pick, so that's always good. He's apparently not taking a quarterback, so that's I mean, he's going to add some good talent to the team somewhere. And
I think that's smart.
I think it's smart too. You got a young quarterback on a relatively good contract. A good rookie contract. You might as well, why mess that up with a number 1 overall pick contract too?
Yep.
Which is going to be more expensive. Yeah. So I don't mind him not going for a quarterback. And then he also has the 15th overall pick, I believe, because he was awarded the Saints pick because the Saints ran into a lot of salary cap issues and chose to do our salary cap amnesty, which cost him his first and second round pick. So the Saints first round pick went to BK. So BK has 2 top 15 first round picks. So that sets him up for some good success, I would think.
Yeah. Nice. I like it. I like it.
But
they took that amnesty. It really helped.
The salary cap amnesty is something we came up with last year when one of our teams went into a deep hole of salary cap hell. So we came up with this plan to allow people to basically cut a couple of bad contracts and then have the salary cap penalties cleared, which frees up a lot of their salary, of course, gives them the ability to be able to re-sign some of their free agents, make some moves in free agency. But it costs them their first and their second round pick of the upcoming draft, and it has to be their first and their second. It can't be another team's first or second. So the Saints took advantage of that, and now he's in a much better spot, at least as far as free agency-wise. Draft-wise, of course, it's going to hurt him a little bit, but we'll see how he bounces back from it. He was able to keep Alvin Kamara, which was the big thing. Alvin Kamara was like, I want to say a top 3 leading receiver in the league. So you can tell he was very important to what he does.
Yeah. Now does he still have to re-sign Michael Thomas?
No, Michael Thomas signed a contract before the Madden year started. So they already had Michael Thomas's contract in the game.
What about Lattimore?
Lattimore has not been signed to an extension yet. So Yeah, but I mean, with the salary cap amnesty, he now
Oh,
is
man.
in a much better financial spot to be able to re-sign him. So
Gotcha. Okay.
don't get your hopes up.
So
You had that.
the eye of the tiger,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, you had that
Bounce on
mischievous
Lattimore.
look. Yep. Uh-huh.
You know, that's a
But
prime corner.
yeah, let's just we'll go through the playoffs real quick. The teams that made the playoffs. Of course, this is the first year that the playoffs featured 7 playoff teams, 3 wild cards and 4 division winners in each conference. So it came down. It came down to week 17 for both conferences.
Yeah.
I think we had a situation where the Patriots and Dolphins basically were fighting for the AFC East, and the Patriots ended up winning due to, I think he had a better record against common opponents or something like that. But whatever the technicality was, the Patriots ended up winning the division. The Dolphins ended up missing the playoffs, even though he had the same record as the Chargers. The Chargers is the one that ended up getting the 7th seed. The Titans got the 6th seed. You had Red Boy with the Ravens. He ended up being the 5th seed, despite being 11-5. But that's because his division mate went 16-0. Nick P. Shout out to Nick P. for being one of the few who's gone 16-0 in a season in CGI history. Hell of a regular season. we'll get to his postseason soon. Kid with the Jacksonville Jaguars went 11-5 and won the AFC South. With a Jaguars roster that's definitely needed a lot of work, but going 11-5 will definitely help it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And all the picks he has. He had
ton of picks. So
he's gonna build that fucking squad.
Man,
he said that episode 1. If you want to see
scary
GM at work, you want to see somebody that knows what they're doing in the draft and free agency, watch what Kid does to the Jags.
Yeah, it's gonna be scary.
Yeah.
The Chiefs went 14-2 to lock up the 2nd seed, and then, like we said, the number 1 seed was the Steelers with who went 16-0. So that was Nick P. Over in the NFC, it also came down to the last week. I believe the Saints, the Lions, the Cowboys, and the Rams were all fighting for the last seed in the NFC. Ended up being the Rams that won it. So the Rams ended up being the 7th seed. The Cardinals came in at 10-6 for the 6th seed. The Bucks came in at 11-4-1. Actually, I think week 17, the Bucks and the Falcons played for the division, and the Falcons ended up winning.
Yeah.
So that sent the Bucks down to the 5th seed wild card at 11-4-1. Vikings, D-Bev, he ended up being 10-6, was a 4 seed. Then myself, the 49ers, I slipped down to the 3 seed from the 2 seed at 11-5. The Washington football team, McDizzle, came in at number 2 at 11-5. And then, like we said, Cam Bam ended up being the number 1 seed with the Falcons at 12-4. So with that, we had 6 playoff games in wild card week. That's also never happened before. That has also never happened before. And we had some good games, but I think when all is said and done, most of the teams that were favored won. Washington beat the Rams. The Niners beat the Cardinals. Not that the Niners were favored or anything. The Buccaneers, the Bucks beat the Vikings. The Chiefs beat the Chargers. The Jags beat the Titans, and then this is messing me up. It says the Steamers, but y'all were the Ravens. Of course, y'all moved to Memphis, but the Ravens at the time beat the Patriots. Then in the second round, the divisional round, it got back down to 4 games. And this is where all these games were close except for the Chiefs and Jaguars. Chiefs won 32-10. But I had a crazy game. I had a crazy game against Dizzle. We went to overtime and I ended up winning 41-35. That game was insane. First of all, that was probably my first career playoff win in the snow game. Yeah, I've been playing in Madden leagues since Madden 10, and I think that's probably my first career snow game win in a playoff game.
Bro, I hate snow in the playoffs, man.
I hate it.
That's why I moved the Ravens to, you can't do the stadium upgrade unless, your stadium is a certain rating. So that's why I had to move him. I was like, nah, I'm not playing in Baltimore in January and fucking
Yeah.
snow all over the ground.
Yeah, and I had on white jerseys. Luckily, my pants were gold, so it helped a little bit. But I had on white jerseys, like
Camouflage.
yeah, you're basically camouflaging. It's tough, man. And you would think it would work in your favor defensively because your opponent shouldn't really be able to see, the white jerseys and everything in the snow. But it never fucking works out that way.
Nope, never that. Never
One
that.
thing I always hate about the snow games too. It's like the receiver will be running a route, a double move, something where he cuts or something, and he falls down, right?
Oh,
That's now hold on. That's a little bit realistic in the snow. He falls down. I don't think it should happen as often as it does. But
sure.
why does the cornerback never fall? Like, why is it only the receiver that falls?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Dude, he's anticipating. He's backpedaling.
Yeah.
He has have good change of direction on a slippery surface. He should be the one that's falling more than, a receiver, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't get it.
Yeah.
That's just exactly. That's one of those EA things where they just don't have any logic on certain things. But the other 3 games of that playoffs were, two of the other three games were pretty good. Falcons and Bucks came down to the wire. Falcons won 20-17, and then you had the most controversial game, I guess you can say in a way, which was the third game between the Ravens and the Steelers. Our own Red Boy versus former CGI Bowl winner Nick P. And I just want to let you have the floor real quick, Red Boy, because I know you had some things to say following that game.
Yeah.
Let me mute.
The floor is yours.
It's a few things. I want to say, man. The allegations and everything like that. It's I love trash talk. I love getting into it about schemes, thick skills. You trash this, trash that. I love that. Good, healthy competition. That's why we play. But the accusations were just kind of outlandish, man. When you think about what I was accused of, and bringing my role as a commish into abusing the rules, I didn't think that was cool at all. Not at all. I'm definitely glad we cleared the air and got everything out that needed to get out. I definitely don't want that false narrative out there, so that now we have a bunch of different guys saying, "Oh well, a commish ran a certain play 20 times in the game." Nah, I didn't. I played to the rules, played to a T. We played straight up, and we beat them. And the last and one thing I want to touch on in the last podcast, we talked about film study.
Yes.
And we had a topic on film study and looking at not only your opponent but yourself, and saying some of the things that you do good, but really picking up on your weaknesses and try to improve on your weaknesses as it comes to your scheme, your personnel, your play calling, whatever it is. And so I'll just do a quick recap and a breakdown of the game and maybe, why he thought that play was ran a little bit more than it was. So I went into that game. Obviously, he beat me twice. He beat me twice in that game, in the season. He swept me in the division, went 16-0, had a great season. Shout out to Nick P. I'm definitely going to love battling with him as we move forward. But I went into that game with 3 things in mind. Number 1, good football teams do 2 things extremely well. They block and they tackle extremely well. Those are 2 most fundamental things about the game. Number 2, good football teams also commit very few penalties and turnovers, because those will kill you. Those will wreck your game. Those are minimal mistakes that'll wreck your game that don't even have to do with your scheme or your play calling, whatever else. And number 3, great defenses. Great defenses never let the opposing team's best player beat them. They don't. Okay. So With that being said, when he also made an accusation, I went to YouTube. I'm gonna just spend a few minutes on it. Bear with me, fellas. I went to YouTube to beat him. He's in part right. I went to my page. I went to my YouTube page with our first 2 games on it. And I watched our first 2 games because I respected my opponent and I felt that he didn't have many weaknesses. He has elite ball carrier vision. He has a great defense. He does a lot of things at an extremely high level. But I knew if I went back and I watched that film, I would pick up on a tendency and that I could capitalize on with my football IQ. So I watched the film. I created a scouting report. And I used the scouting report and made a game plan. So here's the report, fellas. Here's the report. I'll give it to you. This is exclusive CGI Commissioner Report podcast. He spams, bless you. He spams McFarland up and down.
Hold on, that wasn't. You thought I was sneezing? That was a sound effect. Oh my god, I'm editing that. I'm editing that out. Continue.
All right. Here we go. So he threw me off with that jump. All right, here we go. Here's the report, man. He spams McFarland up and down the field, man. Whether he's running with him, throwing it to him out the backfield, screens, wildcat, etc. I also recognize he doesn't have big play home run hitting ability. He chips the ball down the field, gets chunks of yardage all the way down the field. See, the scheme that works for him.
And for reference, Anthony McFarland, running back for the Steelers, he was the league MVP.
League MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Best Running Back, 4 awards, a Pro Bowl, undefeated season, AFC Championship. I'm not taking nothing away from the dude.
Yeah, by far his most important player.
Most important player, his best player on the team. So our scheme was take him out of the game, key in on him, and make somebody else beat us. Another thing I noticed that he struggles on 2nd and 3rd and long situations, and he likes to roll out to the right in those situations and pass. He also struggles when he has 3 or 4 wide receivers on the field. You may not think this is the case, but this is the case. I'll go on to explain it. He has a lot of speed on defense. So to negate that, I had to run right at him instead of being pass happy like I was in the first 2 games. So when I say run right at him, I mean less stretches, less tosses, less counters, less outside zone, more dives, ISOs, traps, powers, inside zones. That's what I use in the game. I also recognize one thing that I like to do is I like to go to the line of scrimmage, go quick, ID the mic, and hike the ball. I couldn't do that against him because he does something, maybe you could call it a little bit glitchy or whatever, but he moves around with his players. This is something I picked up on film study, fellas. I picked up on film. He would move around, and then that would give him instant penetration on a running play. So I recognized I couldn't do that. So I had to take my time a little bit more. When it came to defense, I recognized a few tells he had and some plays he liked to run. He comes out and spread, and the wide receiver's to the right, and he's on the short side of the field. If he motions that running back to the left side, to the flip the formation, and that wide receiver goes in motion, I will automatically shift my D-line and go and shift my linebackers to the left, sell out on a jet sweep. Because in the first 2 games, he ran that 4 times over those first 2 games. He never had a game that was less than like 40 yards and even scored on it once. He did that in the AFC Championship. He ran that play 1 time and got 4 yards on it. So I went into it with that scheme. His receivers, my DBs versus his receivers. My DBs excel in press, strength, play rec, and man coverage. His receivers were average on release, awareness, and catching and traffic. So I knew if I could keep McFarland in check and get him to have 3 or 4 wide receivers on the field, which he doesn't excel at, or get him in second and long, third and long situations, my DBs would lock his receivers up on press man coverage.
What was your tell that he didn't excel in 3 receiver sets?
My tell was that when he would go 3 receiver sets, his success on offense was based on timing and somebody getting open late from him rolling out with Big Ben. and then he could do the little playmaker thing, or somebody would come up and rush him, and then he would throw the ball like that, or he would hit Ebron on a corner route. That was his biggest thing. Juju really wasn't producing like Juju really does for the Steelers. He was producing, but not like he really was. McFarland was the dog. You take McFarland out, and he was good to go. Just one more thing I'm a touch on when it came to the 60 plays. I mean, he said I ran 3 plays all game. I ran 22 different plays. He said I ran the 2-man play 20 different times. I ran it 12 times, spread across 60 plays, spread across 9 drives. I beat him straight up sim style. No mutt tactics, no YouTube defense, no none of that. I just used my football IQ, and I shut him down. And that's all I have to say about it. Now, after that, Nick P, he might have thought that I spammed it because pre-2810, I ran the play. I did a breakdown on myself as well, as I do every game. Pre-2810, I ran that play 6 times. Post-2810, I ran that play 6 times. The score was 28-10 with a little over a minute left in the third. And that's why I ran it more. Why did I run it more? Because he was going to be in formations and down the distance. I just said he excelled at. With 3 or 4 receivers on the field, he has to pass the ball, and I knew I could lock him up in man coverage because my scouting report dictated it. The turnovers he was talking about, the turnovers happened on a zone blitz play and a cover 2 play.
And an all-man blitz play, too. One of them was on an all-man blitz play.
None of them was on a 2-man play. So, yeah. And lastly, fellas, I hope Nick P, man, gets motivated, gets fired up to play me again, because I want to put this past us. I want to move on from this, man. We can still trash talk. We can still get it in. Just know, bro, I'm not going to use no type of sneaky tactics to try to play you, man. I'm going to play you straight up. And if I win, I win. That's all. If you win, you win. Let's dog. Let's get it in. Let's ball up.
I think well, first and foremost, that was everything you said was well said. And when you listen to the breakdown and how you broke them down, a lot of users don't do that. I think the one thing about Nick P, I think he was just more shocked that he lost because he beat you so handily the second game, both games in the season. He really thought he was about to walk into the Super Bowl because, again, last Madden, he had Don's number. So I'm pretty sure he was going in there thinking like, I'm about to run through Chris. I beat him already. All I got to do is worry about Don, and I know how to beat Don. You know what I mean? You never overlook your opponent. I feel like he overlooked you. You know what I mean? And when you beat him so handily, he was shocked. Like now he had to do something. He had to do something. Like he had to do something. And it was more like, he made the accusations that night, but then after that, like how you normally do after an L, he calmed down and he shut up. Like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't say nothing no more. He calmed down and he kept quiet. It was, his tree members. We can't even say tree members because he doesn't even claim the tree. But, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, he don't even claim it.
They're beneath him.
They're beneath him. But he said, his tree came to the defense of him, but it was one of those things where it was like, nah, I don't think if you watch the game and shit like that, watch the game. Well, y'all go watch the game, but he was in shock that y'all lost, that they lost. That was it. But it happens, bro. You go back to the drawing board. When he listens to this podcast, if he does listen to the podcast, listen to how Red Boy just broke you down and switch it, and switch your game plan up because he can run. He can run. It was plays where I watched that game twice. It was plays where he threw to McFarland 3 straight times. It was a run, throw to McFarland twice. He was just force feeding.
And that's what I saw. He force feeds him down the field. So if I could contain that and make him do something else, make somebody else beat me, I felt good with my chances. Yeah. Another thing I did was I noticed that he liked to run. I'm not going to say everything I did, but the scouting report was extensive, dog. I went into the joint with a game plan and I executed it.
And it was just based off of you watching film from your 2 times playing him from your own YouTube channel.
Exactly. No cheese.
Exactly.
And then the defense, I thought it was pretty weird. People usually complain about like a nano blitz or like somebody like dropping his zone every play. I've never really heard anybody complain about cover 2 man. Cover 2 man is not an easy defense to run.
It's
again,
not.
Nick P he's a great user. He's an elite user. He's one of our best. And it just happened. He happened to come into a situation where he overlooked his opponent and he thought he was going to walk into the Super Bowl. And, in CGI, people turn it up playoff time. Well, most people,
I say it all the time. Regular season CGI, postseason CGI is a different animal, man.
Two different things.
It's so many elite users in there. Like my 4 losses came to Nick P twice, Kid, and Don. Those are all playoff teams, teams that are always going to contend in the AFC.
All top 4 seeds that you just named right there.
Yep. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's like you got to be on your A game 24/7. But while we're talking about this game, I want to do a special shout out to Ant because he came down the stretch with them Patriots and he had them rocking. You know what I mean? And,
this is true.
And 14-0 in the wild card, bro. I thought I was about to lose. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck, Ant? Like, where was this? Because mind you, I beat them 56-7 in the regular season. So to your point, I kind of overlooked my opponent, and it almost bit me.
Yeah.
I was down 14.
It happens. It definitely happens. Yeah. You can't overlook your opponent, man.
You cannot, bro. Like, because it's all about matchups. There are people who you may run through, and then you play somebody else, and they, like, for instance, I can't beat Dave Cool. I don't know what it is about Dave Cool, but I can't beat. And he runs, and let me tell you something. I know every play Dave Cool runs, and he executes it to perfection. But Dizzle could beat Dave Cool. Me and Dizzle go back and forth and stuff like that, but like I can beat Dizzle. You know what I mean? Like it's one of the things where it's like, for some reason, I have trouble with Dave Cool.
It's matchups, man. Matchups are for real. I remember all the way back to Madden 11 in an old league I used to be in. I was in this league from Madden. Actually, I was in this league from Madden 10 through Madden 12, not Madden 11. But there was this one guy. His name was Man in Motion. I always remember his name haunts me every day. Because not every day, but that's exaggerated. But you get it. And I couldn't beat him. I lost to him in bowls. I lost to him in playoff games. He was in my division, so I lost. He was in my division one year, so I lost to him in the division all the time. And when I finally got the one win versus him, it was like the biggest relief off my shoulder, because it was like the matchup was just so bad. He had my number. I can go and win 10 plus games every year, but my losses were one of my losses, 2 of my losses were going to come to him because I just couldn't beat him. Matchups are a real thing. Take my matchup with Dizzle. I haven't beat Dizzle since Madden 19. Dizzle owned me all of Madden 20. Actually, the last time that I beat Dizzle was, I want to say, season 5 of Madden. Season 6 of Madden 19, because he beat me in. He beat me in a playoff game in season 7 of Madden 19. Since then, I haven't beat him. I didn't beat him all of Madden 20, and he beat me in the regular season in our first season here, Madden 21. Just matchups wise, he just hasn't been a good matchup for me.
Absolutely.
Until the playoff game where things, thankfully worked out, where I was able to finally get a victory against him. But matchups are a thing. It really is. Some people just don't match up well with other people. It just is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But to your point, Red Boy, that was hell of an analysis.
Oh my God, Zach Martin is down. This season's a wreck. Zach Martin if Zach Martin goes out, our line is done.
Bro, why are you watching the game right now? Is you putting bad juju on? Oh my God, Zach Martin?
Yeah.
Oh, that look like. Come on.
No.
Oh shit, man.
Hold on. Are they?
We probably shouldn't be watching Monday Night Football during the recording of this podcast.
I have to. Come on, bro. Get up. All right, he got it. All right, he got it.
He's
All
walking.
right,
He's walking off the field.
all
Yeah.
right, get your
It's
big
a
ass
little,
up. Man. Come
it's a little slow, but oh, he got hit in the head. Okay, he got kicked. He got kneed in the head by Zeke. That's what it
Zeke
was.
Freak.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Jones
a
will
big
do
knee.
that. We'll see that next series.
Yeah,
okay,
he might got to get a concussion. He might got to get a concussion check. That might be it.
Okay.
But that was a phenomenal breakdown, and like you said, it goes back to what we talked about on our last episode. Film study is possible. You can go back and look at your own film and analyze yourself and your opponent. It's available to us for a reason. It's the reason I stream every single game, because I want to be able to go back and look at the good, look at the bad, look at the ugly.
Yep.
You have to, man. You have to. I mean, and people can say, "Oh man, you know, well that's too serious. Why would you go back and look at the film?" Like, if y'all don't understand, we all are competitors and we all take it seriously. If you didn't care, you wouldn't do game prep, you wouldn't set your depth chart, you wouldn't make trades, bid on free agents, draft certain players, give this player a certain upgrade because you wanted him to do this. You wouldn't get mad if somebody quit on you or saw your XP and your stat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the connected franchise mode cares about this joint. And this is one of the things, one of the features that are available in the 21st century with the streaming platforms that you can film study while you're trying to build your franchise team and execute your scheme on the field.
Well said. Couldn't have said it any better. Okay. There you go. So then we had our conference championship games. Our AFC championship was the Ravens versus Chiefs. The Chiefs did come out on top in a crazy game, 51-38. Y'all were going back and forth for a while, and then that Chiefs team, man.
It's just too much firepower, man. I mean, stuff that I thought that I was shutting down. Like I did a breakdown on Don as well. I'm not gonna put it out there, but Don really with that team and the things that Patrick Mahomes can do, it's nothing you can do. It's nothing you can do, man.
Yeah.
One of the plays he rolled to his left and threw a deep crosser across his body across the field while he was running to the left on the run. And it was on a rope right between the numbers.
Yeah, try to do that with a different quarterback. Watch it not work.
do that with Kyler Murray. That joint is going to the Gatorade cans on the sideline.
Man, it's nothing you can do. So anytime that I say to myself, okay, my offense is going to score 38 points, I think I got a good chance of winning. Not against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Yeah, it was rough, but and then in the NFC championship, in the NFC championship, it was myself, the 49ers versus the Falcons. That one didn't go very well at all. I ended up getting shut out 45-0. Just wasn't a good day for me. I ain't got no excuses.
I understand.
I have some excuses offline, but I don't have any excuses on wax. So.
There you go. But how we say, go to the commissioner therapy room after the game.
What's the office?
No. He played a good defensive game. I didn't have many offensive answers, and gave him a lot of short fields. You give him, when you punt a lot and turn the ball over, you give a lot of short fields to the offense, and the offense can run away with it. So he took advantage of that and made it to the bowl. So good to him. So Cam Bam, the Falcons matched up with the Chiefs, Don Cool Gaming in the bowl, and it was a good game. The game ended. It was a really good game. It was a great game. Yes. But I'm sure I'm not the only one that felt this way. I felt like Don held himself back some. I think he made a lot of mistakes early on where I don't know if it was carelessness or if it was just because it was late at night. They were playing well after midnight, if I remember correctly. But he made a lot of mistakes early and midway through the game where it was just like, okay, this isn't the Don and the Chiefs that we've watched all season. Like, he is messing around and playing around, trying to do too much. But then later in the game, he started locking in. He started to realize, okay, wait a minute, I need to take this seriously. I need to lock in. And he got a couple of plays. He got the benefit of a couple of turnovers there towards the end, and he ended up coming out on top. He won his 4th CGI Bowl. It's his first one since Madden 18, I believe, but since Madden 19. But yeah, congratulations to Don. He'll get a trophy courtesy of Broman, our Philadelphia Eagles owner. He'll be sending him a trophy some point over the next couple of weeks. Speaking of trophies, I actually just placed the order yesterday for the remaining guys who didn't get trophies from last year. So that'll be
Nice.
Yeah, so that'd be CV Killer. He's going to get a trophy. Nick P is going to get a trophy, and Dave Cool are going to get trophies. So those trophies will hopefully come in next week, and then I'll ship them out. Directly to those guys. Dave Cool, I'll probably just meet somewhere because he's local. But the Boston boys, I'll ship those out hopefully first week in November. Unless they come sooner, then I'll get them out sooner. So congratulations,
D-Bev and his 3 trophies.
He got all his trophies. He got all his trophies. King D got his trophies. Yeah. When COVID happened, it kind of messed up our Trophy Connect. So, that all came in line. It all lined up with those last 3 seasons where we just couldn't get trophies to those guys because our Trophy Connect kind of got messed up by COVID. So, yeah, but we're back with trophies now. We're gonna get everybody's their trophies and we'll be on a roll from there. So, because everybody wants a trophy, right?
Yes, everybody does.
Like a Madden League, you got to be to get a Super Bowl trophy.
Everybody wants a CGI trophy. Bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, those guys will get their choice. But yeah, again, congratulations to Don Cool Gaming, his 4th CGI Bowl. This will be his first time getting a trophy, but he is definitely climbing in our CGI history books. Believe it's only. What is it? Is it 3 total people who have 4 or more? I think it's 3 total people who have 4 or more. You Kid and Don. Yeah. So there we go. CGI history indeed. And we'll try to have him on the next episode of the podcast just to kind of get his recap of that. So yeah, that was the first season of CGI Madden 21. That's our 37th total season since Madden 16. We are rolling, and here we are. We're now in the off season. Not gonna spend too much time talking about because we do have our draft tomorrow night. We have free agency going on now. What's our top 10 look like? Our top 10 draft picks in the draft, or excuse me, our top 10 people who are selecting in the draft. We got the Giants is selecting number 1. Like we already talked about, we don't think he's taking a quarterback. We got the Bills selecting at number 2. He's probably not taking a quarterback. He has Josh Allen. We don't know what his thoughts are on Josh Allen, but I would assume he's not taking a quarterback, right?
I don't think so.
Nah, I'd rock out with Josh Allen.
Yeah,
he could add the best running back in the draft to his team and be good.
That's true. And we'll find out the combine numbers a little later tonight, so that'll be interesting to start. Once we see the combine numbers, that's usually when people start locking in on like, okay, that's what I'm going with.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll have maybe we'll do a draft recap or something soon. The Bears is coming in at number 3. We definitely think he's taking a quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely think it's no way he's going with Nick Foles, and he's already released Mitch Trubisky. So I think he's taking a quarterback. Eagles at number 4. I would imagine he's not taking a quarterback. At 5, the Bengals. He's got Joe Burrow. He's not taking a quarterback.
Yeah.
And then the Jets has 2 top 10 picks. The Jets has number 6, which is via Seattle from the Jamal Adams trade that happened before the Madden year started. And then he also has number 8. So the Jets is set up for a big draft with 2 top 10 picks.
Yes, he is.
That just don't happen very often.
Not at all. Not at all.
In between his picks, number 7 is the Broncos, who he's teasing he might take a quarterback despite having Drew Lock. It sounds like Drew Lock is not for him. I don't think
I would not do it. Drew Lock is not that bad, bro. You can get him to mid-80s this season.
Yeah, I don't think it's a wise pick either if he goes quarterback, but if he does go quarterback and he trades Drew Lock, at least he can get some assets for him, but he's not gonna get the assets he thinks he's gonna get for him though.
Yeah,
that's I don't think it's a great move. I think he's got a lot of other potential holes on that defense where he doesn't need to get a quarterback, or in the team in general. It doesn't, not even just defense. I mean, you talk offensive line, talk running back if you want. And then number 9, we got the Jets. The Browns is coming in at number 9. I actually don't know what's going to happen with the Browns.
Yeah, because
we can't talk about the trade that's in the works, but
okay, all right.
Yeah, can't talk about that. But I don't know. for one, James is a good player, and the Browns have a ton of talent in a lot of places. There's a couple of holes here and there, but we'll have to see. He's gonna be the one in the top 10 where it's gonna be like, whoa.
Yeah.
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 Draft change next season.
Yeah, and then number 10, our fellow Kokamish, the Solution 113, comes in with the Packers at number 10. So we will see how the draft goes. What y'all have any plans that y'all are willing to discuss for draft night?
Absolutely not.
I'm planning to.
All right, I tried.
I'm planning to ship my last 2 picks. I plan on not having any draft picks this year.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
what do you have currently?
I have a 2nd and a 3rd round pick.
Okay.
That's
it. I
it.
traded my 4th for Trey Boston.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
A 5th and a O lineman for Colin Kaepernick when Lamar Jackson got injured.
Mm-hmm.
I traded
your first for Devin McCourty, right?
A first for Devin McCourty. And I traded a 3rd for no. I traded I think a 6th and a future 3rd for K'Wan Short.
And then Brandon Graham. What you sent for Brandon Graham?
I think
it was a 3rd.
It was a future 4th.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
So.
All right. I had to make some tough decisions. I had to cut Jimmy Garoppolo. I had to cut D Ford. I'm trading Quan Alexander, so I had to make some tough decisions. Those are actually those 3 guys are the top 3 salaries on my team, and I just cut bait with all 3 of them. So
how drastic is the cap penalty?
The worst cap penalty comes from D Ford because Jimmy's cap penalty was only $4 million. That's nothing. That's baby milk. But
okay.
But
because I'm going like the 3rd year of his deal, right?
Yeah, 3rd or 4th year of his deal. So yeah, 3rd year actually. It was 3rd year. So yeah, at the moment, the San Francisco 49ers don't have a quarterback, but we'll work on that. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. We know you cook. We know you don't do things like that.
But no, D Ford's penalty was the worst. D Ford's penalty was $14 million. I still saved $6 million, but I will have to sit on $14 million of dead money for the next season. But he wasn't an every down player for me. So it was just too much money for a guy who I only played in passing defenses.
Understand.
Yeah, and I have plans to convert to a 3-4, and I just didn't feel like his money was worth the fit anymore. So, it's the tough decisions you got to make as a GM.
Yeah.
So, like I said, our draft is tomorrow night, Tuesday night. Tuesday, what is that? October 20th at 7 p.m. We are going to get rocking and rolling with this off season and jump right into the regular season right after. So season 2, season 2, everybody will be excited. Everybody's going to have new rejuvenation with their rookies and people that they got awards with this past off season.
Oh yeah, baby. CGI kickoff week. Here we come.
CGI kickoff week. It's a special thing. It is.
I love it.
Real quick, we will we'll get ready to close this out, but I just wanted to check in with y'all in the CGI Sports Stand. The Lakers won the NBA title. What are y'all thoughts?
Let go, man. He's gonna be the greatest of all time once it's all done. I know somebody in here disagrees with me, but
for me, man. And this is no slander to LeBron at all, because you can't slander him on or off the court. Like, you know what I'm saying? He is no player coming out of high school, probably outside of Kobe and Kevin Garnett, would have those type of expectations. And even then, I think LeBron's career has exceeded theirs to some degree. You know what I'm saying? But I don't ever see nobody being better than Jordan, depending on the preference style of basketball you like to play or you like to see. If I was drafting somebody and I had the number 1 overall pick, I know I wouldn't pick. I know 3 players I would pick before LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
And you're talking about in like the current pool of NBA players. Like if you took the current pool of NBA players and everybody who's healthy, you're saying you would not pick LeBron James before 3 other people?
No. I was talking about all time.
Oh, you're talking all time. Excuse me.
I'm
Sorry.
talking about all time.
Okay.
If I was picking from the current pool of players today, I love LeBron to death, but I think I would pick Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is 7'6" with handles, and he can shoot from anywhere on the court. You know what I'm saying? Now his wingspan, I think he's like 7'2". It's like 7'2".
Yeah, his wingspan. He like 6'9", 6'10".
Nah, but like that's just my preference. If I was doing it all time, and LeBron was on the board, I think I would pick Jordan before him. I think I would pick Kareem before him, or I would pick Shaq. Like I don't think Shaq gets his just due enough. Like I watched Shaq from Orlando to the Lakers. Mm-hmm. You could not stop him. Like there was nothing. The brand of basketball if Shaq played today, good Lord, he would dog these niggas today. He would dog.
It would be a no contest, bro. It would be a no contest versus these centers. Like Anthony Davis, he plays great defense all around, good big man.
He would dog Anthony
nothing
Davis.
with Shaq, dog. He wouldn't be able to do nothing with him.
And it's not a slander to LeBron because it's a ton of great basketball players that's come to the NBA history. He's top 3. He's top.
I look at this with the LeBron Jordan comparison, right? All right, 2 things. Jordan never won without Scottie Pippen or without Phil Jackson. Never won without running the triangle offense. LeBron won his championship with Miami, where his second best player was D Wade, who was a shooting guard, wing player, certain coach. He won back in Cleveland, where his second best player was Kyrie Irving, point guard, different scheme. David Blatt was the coach. Now he's won in LA, where his second best player is a big man, Anthony Davis, different coach, Frank Vogel, different scheme. Like
it was Ty Lue was the coach in Cleveland.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tyler. Yeah.
They didn't win with David Blatt? I guess they lost.
Yeah, nah.
It was Tyler. No. It was David Blatt that won the.
Was it David Blatt? Oh my God!
When they came back from Golden State, when they came back
from down 3-1.
I think that was David Blatt.
Check it out, man.
Continue with your point. I'll look it up while you're.
But to my point, even whether it was Ty Lue or David Blatt, he won with 3 different coaches, 3 different schemes, 3 different complementing players at different positions. I think that's something that he has over Jordan.
And he went against I don't know if I posted it in my homeboys chat or I don't think I posted it in the CGI. I'll post it though. But Skip and Shannon did the starting 5 of who LeBron went against and the starting 5 of who Jordan went against and who would win that 5-on-5. And LeBron's competition was clearly surpassing what Jordan did. I just think, the Jordan's 5 that he went against. I just think for me, and I'm not slandering LeBron at all. I have to reiterate that. But dog, like that Bama Jordan, he was a dog.
Yeah, like he was worthy, man.
He was a certified dog in different eras. Like one thing I will say this: LeBron came fresh out of high school. Jordan didn't. You know what I'm saying? So he has him on that. He's gonna have more games played with him on that level. But dog, Jordan.
The pressure of playing, being the chosen one, being the cover of Sports.
You're right.
At 17 years old, and having a Michael Jordan come before you that you gotta, kind of rise your game because you're always gonna be compared to this person throughout your whole career. His school, his LeBron is just across the board a different breed. His upbringing, Jordan had a 2-parent household. He had good parents. Mm-hmm. Had a good upbringing.
You're right.
LeBron's upbringing was not the same at all, and he's never been in trouble. Never, dog.
He is the perfect. Him and Steph Curry are great ambassadors for the NBA, beyond a shadow of a doubt. But when we look at Michael Jordan, all defense, his offense was unworldly. Dog, Jordan won 3 championships back to back. I mean, he did the 3-peat, retired, played baseball, came back and won 3 more. Dog.
Yeah.
He could score. Now, granted, the system and did Ezekiel Elliott fumble again?
He did just fumble.
Hey, we gotta wrap this up, man. I gotta lock into my Cowboys, man.
Yo,
I'm sorry.
something not right. Oh
Hey.
nah, they tanking, bro.
Because I gotta lock into my
So
Cowboys.
they just showed like who y'all's offensive line is that's on the field right now, and
I didn't know none of them.
I didn't recognize one name. I didn't
Yo, what is up with Zeke, bro?
This is bad.
Well, just a fact check real quick. Ty Lue took over for David Blatt during that year that they went to the championship, that they won the championship. He took over in January.
Okay.
David Blatt got fired in January, and then Ty Lue took over and they won the championship. Yeah.
We'll leave it like this. LeBron, he's top 3, and it's all in your preference. But I know with Michael Jeffrey Jordan, I seen him dog many guys. And I think what separates it for me is just I know they're different. They're 2 different players. LeBron is more magic than Jordan for sure. But when it comes to Michael Jordan, I just know that if Jordan played today in this era, playing against the competition that LeBron is playing against, stuff like that, Jordan will bust Kawhi in his ass. and I brought up Kawhi because Kawhi is the best defender. He's probably one of the best defenders in the league. But you put any top defender on Jordan from this era, he'll bust their ass.
We can agree to disagree. I think LeBron's a GOAT, but we can agree to disagree.
No, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. It's on your preference.
I think it's a never-ending debate of this. But in at the end of the day, it should be flattering and a compliment to LeBron James to even that this is a debate. It's not it shouldn't be a slight. It should be definitely nothing but respect that this is a debate.
Yeah, no bullshit. No bullshit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go. That'll wrap it up for the Commissioner's Report of CGI Madden League podcast. This one was fun. We definitely missed our boy, The Solution. We can't wait to have him back on the next episode. We know his work schedule is a little off from what everybody else's work schedule is. So these things happen, but it's all good. We this episode goes out to him, and he'll be back on the next episode. We'll also try to have, like I said, we'll have our CGI Bowl 37 champion Don Cool Gaming on the next episode. Until then, y'all can follow us at CGI Madden League on Twitter. You can we're on Podbean, Clutch Gene Intel. We're on YouTube, Clutch Gene League. Again, hopefully some things coming to YouTube soon. We got our draft tomorrow night. It's a good time to be in CGI. If you're not in CGI, I feel bad for you.
Indeed.
We got some gridiron. Oh no, we don't because we're full.
Look at that. And while we're closing this out, shout out to CGI Gridiron. Y'all are in week 7 now.
Yeah, we're
week 7 of the first season. So that league is rolling. They got 32 members, and they keep it going just like any other CGI league would. So there we go. For Solutions not here. I can't say for Solutions. I'm just used to saying him first. For Red Boy Lightning, from Mad 88 Titan Thanos, I'm the Game 836, and this is the Commissioner's Report, a CGI Madden League podcast. Be easy, everybody.